Jason, this is Chad again. Thanks for replying. Looking forward to hear the other ones. I haven't checked out the 2 videos you linked to yet, but I will. And if I have any feedback on that I think may be, worth discussing, I will definitely do a video on those as well. A few things here to start with. If you're going to prove God to me, it's really going to take more in the Bible. Because if I accept the Bible as proof of God, why do I also not have to turn around and accept the Quran as proof of Buddha, or the Bhagavad Gita as proof of, Brahma, and Ganesh, and, Krishna? So it can't really use something to turn around and prove itself. There's been a pretty good exchange between me and a British user whose name eludes me at the moment on my video to you. I suggest you check those out. We've actually had a pretty good dialogue going there. Another thing, I pretty much stopped believing in God before I left the church. And it was due to inconsistencies in the Bible, inconsistencies in how Christians acted. So, from a small, super rural area of Mississippi, evolution was not taught in my high school. Wasn't mentioned, wasn't discussed, was not in our textbooks to the most that I can remember. So it's not really that I had questions or anything before I, left, home and left the church or whatever. And yes, there was some problems getting questions answered. We did have a few pastors at the church who were very well educated, held doctorates or whatever, and they did a pretty good job of answering the questions. So I don't really know if that was my issue or not. If you could show me proof, and if that proof can hold true, then, it's not a disbelief issue. It's there's no evidence, so I don't believe it. Now, I do understand that the Bible pretty much holds the position that you're either with me or you're against me. So I can see how maybe you're seeing that I have an antithesis or, antagonistic view going on. But it's a one-sided fight. I'm not hostile towards it. When I was talking about how the different Christianity views and things of that nature, where I grew up, Pentecostals believed that if you did not speak in tongues and you did not have elders translate the tongues, which I was raised Southern Baptist, which didn't even have elders, so all Southern Baptists were going to hell. Basically, everyone else, their children were not allowed to play with, non-Pentecostal children. They didn't, hang out and have friends or do any kind of social activities unless you were a church member. And even some of the different Pentecostal churches did not even, hang out and do things with the other Pentecostal churches. In fact, I guess you could say my area's little claim to fame is we actually had a Pentecostal church who the preacher's whole thing that he was most proud of in his life is that he was a close personal friend of the Reverend Jim Jones, the whole Guyana incident, People's Temple. So, I've seen lots of different views. As a Southern Baptist, I was told Catholics are not Christian. Catholics are going to hell. They're a cult. I recently worked with a young earth creationist, and he was the same way. He got very angry when anyone would refer to a Catholic as a Christian because that was lopping him in with that group. So I don't know there. That's the reason why I think that just because you say Christian doesn't necessarily mean that I have a firm grasp on what your beliefs are. And I kind of gathered you were a young earth creations there, but thank you for pointing that out there. Going on a video on evidence why evolution, 150 years, man. People in science make their living on disproving things, and if 150 years that someone could not have gotten rich off of it, I don't know. The proof of evolution has become so evident and so founded by everything that's coming out by so many different branches of science. Even the Catholic Church acknowledged that evolution is real, is proven, is fact. Yet again, your young earth creations, they, Pope, maybe don't mix. John 3:16, not one of my favorite verses. For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son. He gave him for 33 years, 3 days dead. For somebody, God, if the whole Trinity thing, God was forever, so Jesus is forever. So out of infinity, 33, less than 34 years, that is not a sacrifice. That is a holiday at most. That verse does not hold any kind of comfort or any show of love, or it's pretty much a big does not like it. Saying that I actually put effort into disbelieving God, I don't. I don't collect stamps, and I don't put effort into not collecting stamps. You see God as being evident. The Young Earth Creation that I worked with, he saw evidence of God everywhere he looked. I don't see that evidence. It is not evident to me that there is a designer. There's not evident, and even if you could make it evident there is a designer, that is not even a step closer into making it your God. I mean, why isn't it, Allah? Why isn't it the Hindu gods? For all we know, being a god is not even that important, such as it is in Buddhism. I don't know if you've actually studied other religions and read them. I've read the Quran. I've done Zen Buddhist meditation before for about a year. I've read books. In fact, you can see my books behind me, and the green with the black label on it is my copy of the Quran. I don't know, man. I look forward to seeing your other videos. I'm going to repost this in there, and we'll see how the other video goes, and I'll probably make responses to those as well. You have a good day now.